Up until now, you could not generate images or videos inside of Claude Cowork, but now with this new tool, you can. You can have Claude Cowork generate images for you, posters, infographics, and even videos, all without leaving the Claude app. This isn't a new feature by Anthropic. This is a tool that connects with Claude Cowork that makes all of this possible. For the longest time, we were not able to generate images or videos inside of Claude Cowork. But recently, Higgsfield reached out to me and told me that they created an MCP that you can connect with Claude Cowork to give it the ability to create images or videos directly inside of Claude Cowork. They asked if they could sponsor a video so I could show you these capabilities, and I said, yeah, absolutely, because this is very exciting. So this video is sponsored by them, but I'm going to show you how to set this up so you can create images or videos inside of Claude Cowork. To get started with this, make sure to click the link in the description down below and sign up for an account with Higgsfield. You then want to come to this page, which has the Higgsfield MCP. And these are the instructions for how to get set up with this. So over here, it tells you to go to your Claude settings and to add the Higgsfield custom connector. So copy down this link and we'll go over to Claude and then click on the left where it says customize and then click on connectors. This is where you can add any third-party connectors. For the Higgsfield one, you want to click on the plus icon and click on add custom connector. We'll call this one Higgsfield. It doesn't really matter what name you put in here, but you then want to paste in the URL that you just copied. You can leave the advanced settings blank and then click on add. Now you should see your Higgsfield connector right here, but you'll need to connect it up with your account. So click on connect. That will then open up your browser. And if you're already logged into your Higgsfield account, you'll see this button that says allow. So you can click on that and return back to Claude. And you'll now see your Higgsfield connector here. And these are all the permissions. So for this, I'm going to turn on always allow so that Claude has access to all these tools whenever I want it to use them so it can create all the media and assets that I want. To use this connector, you can exit the settings by clicking on the back arrow on the top left and then come over to a new task and then click on the plus icon. Make sure that under connectors, Higgsfield is toggled on, and then you can just tell it to create something using the Higgsfield connector. So just to test this out, we can say, for instance, use Higgsfield to create an image of a dog on a surfboard. You see it is now loading the Higgsfield connector, and it's now creating the image directly inside of Claude. So we don't have to open Higgsfield on our browser. It's doing it right here, and here is our image. If we like it, we can click on download. If you want to make any edits, you can click on edit and it will reference the image inside of the chat and you can tell it what changes you want to make, or you can even turn it into a video by clicking on animate. So let me show you some examples now of real ways that people can use this. So let's say, for instance, that you're a teacher and you have all of these lesson plans inside of a folder on your computer. You can come over to Claude Cowork and point it at that folder. You see I have the lesson plan folder selected. And then you can tell it something like, using Higgsfield, create one infographic for each of my lesson plans I have in this folder. It'll ask you some questions about what those images should look like, and then it will get to work. What's cool about this is that you don't have to upload these files anywhere. These files already exist on your computer. You've been working on these lesson plans. They exist there already. You just have to point Claude Cowork to the folder where those lesson plans are, and then it'll send the information over to Higgsfield and interact with it so that it can create those images for you. And then check out what we got. Inside the chat, we have infographics for every single one of the lesson plans inside that folder. And we never had to leave Claude Cowork. Here's another example. I've been thinking about opening up a restaurant in my town where I sell acai bowls. So I've been chatting with Claude Cowork and putting together a business plan, financial projections, a menu, and a marketing plan. But I need some assets for this now. So let's use the Higgsfield MCP for that. I'll ask Claude Cowork to create 3 images I can use for the menu using Higgsfield. And then just a few moments later, we have this beautiful picture of this acai bowl. We have these smoothies and the green juice and overnight oats that I sell. But that's not enough because I also need some assets for the advertising. So this time I'll ask Claude Cowork to create a poster I can use for the grand opening. And so now it's pulling from the marketing plan and putting together that poster using Higgsfield. There we go. Look how awesome that is. And now we need one final thing because I also need a video so that I can run it on social media. So I'll ask Claude to create a video using Higgsfield of an influencer talking about how awesome my new acai shop is. And just a minute later, and here we go.
Hey you guys, I just found my new favorite spot, some of the acai bowls in Longmont, and oh my gosh, this bowl is unreal. So fresh, so good.
So now we have a video and images that we can use for our new business. But like I said before, if you're unhappy with anything, you can ask Claude to make edits to anything it created with Higgsfield. With this poster, for instance, it says that the first 100 guests get a free bowl, which is not what I want. So I'll click on edit and tell it, change first 100 guests get a free bowl to first 100 guests get 50% off. And there we go. It's as simple as that. And now in the future, when business is doing well and we want to run another sale, we can just come back into Claude. We don't have to start over. I can tell it now, in the same style, create a poster for a 4th of July BOGO, one day only. And now we have our 4th of July poster. So it's that easy to start iterating on any of the videos or images created by Claude using the Higgsfield MCP, all from within this one chat. So once again, what I love about this is that it's not only incredibly easy to set up, but everything stays in Claude. With my restaurant example, I was already working with Claude on this business plan. It had even created files for me on my computer. This is where I'm working. This is where the workflows exist. In the past, if I wanted to generate images or videos for this project, I would have to open a separate app, maybe grab this business plan and upload it as a reference and type out what I wanted it to create for me. But I don't have to do that now. Claude has the context. When I told it to create images for the menu, it knew exactly what I was talking about and just goes, talks to Higgsfield, and creates those images for me. When I told it I needed a video to promote my business, it knew what business I was talking about, it knew what to include in the script, and it talked to Higgsfield and made that video. This keeps me in the flow so I can build faster. So if you want to be able to create images and videos inside of Claude directly, you'll want to check out Higgsfield. I'll have a link for it in the description down below. Make sure to click on that, get it set up, and then have Claude generate these for you using the Higgsfield MCP. Thanks so much for watching the video. Again, the link will be in the description and in the first pinned comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.